Genuine ones only with no malicious intention. I say that respectfully. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. The disrespect was loud, but maintain a smile going within the unconditional love is different. Not getting out of character for folks who had a low IQ score didn't matter. They tag your bracket with a bad habit. Even when you got lost in your words, God brought you balance, acknowledge your worth. They wanted to discourage you, but God was not showing you the point of view at the end of the day to be on a low vibrational energy. Because God was giving you the strength to understand why you overcame that obstacle, to believe in yourself when it comes to hold on 1 second. You understood that testimony, you go within hold on 1 second. You wasn't going tick for tack with folks that didn't understand and comprehend to stay in a lane. All you was doing was speaking up for yourself. They didn't understand the even exchange, how they wanted to step on your toes or whatever the case may be. Take your kindness or weakness and make you feel like you're supposed to be weak to go with it. But hold on 1 second, God then built you like that when it comes to being mentally strong, when you have to do your neighbor wrong. They had to create a hate train, all because of the fact that you understood your reality, overcoming pain, still being patient with time and day. Your vocabulary may not hit the same as the next person who said it's so average at the end of the day, but you wasn't trying to fit in. Hold on 1 second with bad habits. Now, having strength over me, You're not running from your past. Certain folks talk about like a bad habit, but hold on 1 second, I wasn't running for my self-reflection. That energy has different confidence. It's a train of thought for me. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. Never give up on yourself because someone gave up on you or overlooked you during your journey, and I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. It's not. And loving yourself is not a crime. Just because someone gave up on you or overlooked you during your journey or they said that you didn't have potential, that means never lose the vision that's indoor within you. Being patient with time and day, that reflection is different, acknowledging your worth, you are worthy. They didn't know how to pour into you, respected them. Never had hate in your vein, that energy is different. Hold on 1 second. They would never understand how you elevate. They try to rob you mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, even gang stalk you, hacking your devices and trying to lie on you, paint you out to be the villain in their story, all because you understood unconditional love, going with them, that bothered their confidence. They didn't have none at the end of the day. When it comes to their mental health, projecting it on you, saying that you're dysfunctional, slow, stupid, and retarded, but your vocabulary is different when it comes to unconditional love, knowledge. No, I have the trick. Let me always be yourself with no molestation. Don't tell me you like neighbor. And you fall from a hater. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions, regardless of who gave up on you or overlooked you. They was in the They was in the background throwing sport right to left. Bettering yourself to understand your mental health. They would never understand growth. Hold on 1 second, we wasn't the same. Let alone being on the same page when it comes to elevation. Hold on 1 second. I had to go within, asking God to fix my crown when I didn't have to wild out. Asking God to guide me when the enemy tried to approach me. The devil was knocking on my door, but I wasn't trying to reject me. No, it's the truth, though. Always be yourself with no molesting intentions. Don't tell me you like neighbor, far from a hater. I'm not your genuine love respect. My content is not for everyone. How folks say you slow, stupid, and retarded. But it be the train of thought for me didn't matter. They tags back with their bad habits. They in the background throwing spell work, right to left. Energy harvesting off your energy, but they said that you didn't have potential when you was never the issue. Hold on 1 second, let me run this back again. They said that you slow, stupid, retarded, wasn't able to comprehend, but they was in the background with malicious intentions hacking your devices. Who's really so at the end of the day bothering an innocent person who's just speaking up for themselves with no malicious intentions? No, I haven't straight on me. I don't know either. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. Gang stalking is real until it's your household. You're not doing it for likes and views or cloud chasing. Got your next door neighbor, different tax bracket, telling you every move like a bad habit. Did you take a shit today? No, it hasn't changed for me. You're doing a little bit too much. Get your shit together. That's what you said about me. It didn't matter if he was a doctor in that profession. It didn't matter if he was the dope boy at the end of the day. That was your 9 to 5. That's what you wanted to do. That's what brought you peace at the end of the day. That's how you felt. Making a couple of dollars. I don't mean no disrespect, but everybody's walk of life ain't the same. If you gotta give, truly go for it. I say that respectfully. Even when folks said that you ain't got potential, you was never pretending, being your authentic self. That communication hits different. Being a scientist, who would have knew that you become your best self vision of yourself because you understood your point of view? It's a train of thought for me. Who would have known that you became that gym teacher that day? Or because you like to be in the gym, only was the hold on 1 second, you wasn't trying to flex on nobody. You just understood your reflection, going with it. No, I haven't straight though. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. Who would have known that you would have been an herbalist, helping the community? Only was the hold on 1 second. It started with you to go with them. You saw a vision, you allowed it to become a dream come true. You wasn't trying to hurt your neighbor. You just knew how to respect your neighbor, even when they know how to respect you. You know, everybody's walk of life ain't the same. It's folks that show up for their job but actually have good intentions to actually help their neighbor, not to project pain. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. Today is currently July 24th, 2025. Always be yourself with no molestation. Just don't zip your like neighbor, neighbor. I'm far from a hater. Neighbor, 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 neighbor. We ain't the same, neighbor. Unconditional love is different. Poetry out loud in my style. Far from a crash out when you wanted me to wild out. You want me to dim my light to discourage myself, but hold on 1 second. I found balance when you looked at me like competition. Such much hate within your vein. We don't operate the same, but goddamn, I actually hope that you find peace within. Where do I start? What's up, butterfly? Yeah, today is currently July 24th. You almost got lost in your days, because that happens some moments. When you wake up like, damn, what's today? After the day is almost over. You know how this type of stuff happens? Nothing is mentally wrong with you, but you have good days, bad days, misunderstanding days. Damn, you had a headache they couldn't actually see that day. You had pain in your body, they couldn't understand it. Hold on 1 second. What's going on with you mentally? Mentally. Everybody's speech is not the same. But I still know how to respect my neighbor here when you said I didn't know how to pronounce that day. Mentally aware. It's a train of thought for me. We ain't the same. You were staring so hard. Hold on 1 second. You forgot to go within and actually realize you could pour into yourself to understand your reflection, stay in your lane. How this type of stuff happens. Folks didn't matter, they tags bracket, have good days, bad days, misunderstanding days, not doing it for likes and views, they didn't have hate in their vein. Everybody's walk of life ain't the same when it comes from poverty and pain. What's up, neighbor? It's a train of thought for me. Yo, butterfly. You ain't have to tell a lie that day. What's the point of feeling? If you're emotionally unavailable, you wasn't seeking revenge on the enemy. Nah, you was just speaking up for yourself when they try to humiliate you. You had enough. It's a train of thought for me. They walked all over you at the end. They tried to discourage you, paint you out to be slow, stupid, and retarded, but you knew your mindset wasn't like that because they were sitting back, actually being inspired. And that was truly whack. You had so many journeys that you overcame. Showing up for folks that matter, tags bracket, pouring into someone's empty cup when they didn't have $1 in their pocket. And they try to paint you out to be the villain in their story. It's a train of thought for me. Everybody's walk of life ain't the same, but goddamn, who would have knew one day you'd be an even exchange, choosing you? Because one day you went from being emotionally unavailable. What's feelings if I can't feel it go within? Got so much pain within me at the end of the day. All I do is wear a mask. How do I go within? I'm not talking about me personally, but it's a train of thought for you. But folks, it's swear up and down because you got mommy and daddy issues, but that was never the case. Yeah, they couldn't keep it real to actually show up for me that day, but it's a train of thought for me. Everybody's walk of life ain't the same. When God fixes your crown, they would never understand how you value your time and day. You was far from the miserable person that they said that you was. You just knew at the end of it your neighbor truly wasn't for you when you understood balance when it comes to your work, when they create that hate train. You had to protect your energy because the folks was energy harvesting off your energy, trying to destiny swipe with you, saying that you ain't gonna be nobody. Nah, fuck you, bitch. Damn. That's how they felt behind closed doors. They couldn't say it in your face at the end of the day. And if they did say it in the room, trust and believe was behind a desk. Not personally in front of you. No, it changed over me. It was a glass and all types of shit going on. They couldn't say it in your face. Because the first thing they gonna say is you the aggressive. Or because of the fact that you addressing the situation at the end of the day. That didn't look like a salad. Because it was not appetizing. Now, it's the trait for me. It's the top part to be always be a stop and no one listens. It's my guys and everybody. And that's okay. It's not. Everybody's walk of life ain't the same. You wake up one day, say, I'm going to have a good day. Or wake up one day in a mindset, hold on 1 second, I just don't want to be bothered with folks. But I'm going to continue to start a day that it's going to be okay. I don't know if I'm coming or going. But I love me. Even when I can't feel the go within. I'm willing to choose me to overcome this obstacle when folks overlook me. You know, everybody's walk of life ain't the same. How folks try to humiliate you, even gang stalk you like your next door neighbor. Be the train of thought for me, telling you every move like, hold on 1 second. I'm on my way to the bank. I'm taking your creativity, what you been through. Ain't nobody gonna believe you because we gonna paint you out to be delusional. How this type of stuff actually happens when folks hack your devices. Got your next door neighbor listen to your every move like a bad habit. Hold on 1 second. You know how when you go to the doctor and the doctor checks you out to see if you're okay? They check your heart. Breathe. Are you breathing today? Breathe. They put it to your back to hear what you got going on with your lungs. Are you okay today? That's how your neighbor's moving at the end of the day. You would have thought they was a doctor the way they was operating. No, it's a trick on me. What the fuck? I just signed up for this bullshit. Only to realize they wasn't even. What's the word I'm looking for? They didn't even fit the requirements for the position. Or because they gather a hate train. They picked and choose who they want to bully that day. Or because of the fact that your mindset is different. The elevation, hold on 1 second, maintain a smile, bother certain folks' mental health when you have to wild out. How folks is lying you right to left. One thing you never had to do was run from your past. They wanted you to be a crash out so bad. They robbing you mentally, physically, spiritually, financially. Trying to make you homeless only because they was pretending in your face. Only because the hold on 1 second, they had so much to say behind closed doors, let alone in private text messages. Behind closed doors, but God saw what they was doing. Because start to speak up for yourself. At the end of the day, they like, damn, how did you know that? It's a train of thought for me. How this type of stuff actually happens every single day when it comes to gang stalking. But how do I feel? How do I feel? How do I feel when they say I'm mentally ill? Now, it's a trick for me. No, the fuck I'm not. They say you got too many personalities, but I thought being authentic was not a crime. Until it's in the right person's hands at the end of the day, I want to control the narrative to tell so many lies. You know, that feeling is different. Being emotionally unavailable, how do I feel? Everybody's walk of life ain't the same when time truly is not supposed to kill. It's not. Someone just lost a loved one, trying to cope with the emotion. Emotionally unavailable. They tired of pretending, wearing the mask for so long. Everybody's saying it's going to be okay, but they not mentally strong. How this type of stuff actually happens. Wearing a fake ass smile at the end of the day, not doing it for likes and views or cloud chase, let alone acting. They just want to be at peace with themselves, but they don't know how. They feel like they're losing themselves when it comes to their mental state, but hold on 1 second, can't nobody see it but them. It's a thought for me how everybody's walk of life ain't the same. How did you feel today waking up today, neighbor? I want to say, I love myself not to dim my light. I love myself not to dim my light. Thank you, God, for allowing me to see another day. They said, you can't get cool to you with nobody, neighbor. But hold on 1 second, no hater right here. Be yourself, don't dim your light, neighbor. Nah, it's a train of thought for me. Got so much hate, nah, it wasn't in my vein. It was the person projecting it on me. They didn't want me to feel wanted within. So they tried to discourage me, trying to humble me. But I believe something they couldn't relate to was strength gone within, confidence that bothered their mental health. They had to blackmail me right to left, had to take he say, she say to go up against me because I truly had potential and I wasn't the issue. Yeah, y'all could talk about me all day long, calling me a snitch, but hold on 1 second, God didn't steer me wrong. God allowed me to see the devil. I don't care on any type of level. Your pockets the end of the day, I'ma still forever choose me. You could talk about me all day long. Who's not going to talk about you at the end of the day if you ain't irrelevant? Then I'm that irrelevant at the end of the day. It'd be the train of thought for me. How folks would disrespect you as soon as you speak up for yourself. They say that you're mentally unstable. Or because they wanted to control the narrative of your life to create a hate train. All the lies they had to tell only because you wasn't running from your pain. I love myself not to dim my light. Hold on 1 second. It was practice. You practice what you preach. The energy is different. Healing, trauma, and pain. How folks try to pet you out to be smart you truly not. Or because you understood pain. The energy is different. It was never for likes and views or cloud chasing. How folks would try to humble you, to disrespect you out loud. You have to get physical. How they try to erase certain things when it come to your memory, when it come to your conscience, let alone things around you. So hold on 1 second, nobody will believe you. But one thing God saw, hold on 1 second, was the strength that God endowed within you to overcome what they put you through. When they try to abuse you mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially, he be trying to throw for you what you truly still gain with self-control when it came to discipline, because God was really holding you down. Your heavenly mother, Father God, and removed the hands off the wheel. They said nobody hears you. Nobody cares. It's a train of thought for me. He behind the scenes hacking your devices. Ain't nobody gonna believe what you say, because we gonna paint you out to be a mental case. How this type of stuff actually happens. It be so disgusting how dudes be approaching females at the end of the day with their chest. Hold on 1 second, with their bad habits. Picking and choosing who they want to bully, to kick down, discourage. All because they trying to humble a female because she believe in faith that he can't relate to, is going within confidence. He think he talking with his chest, but now that's a little boy talking, so scared within. Because if you really had the real mindset of a man at the end of the day, you would be acting your body weight, not your shoe size. Hold on 1 second, we don't hold the same weight.
No hesitate though for me. No hesitate though for me.
Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. It was never created hate train towards men, never that. But what happened to the real men standing up, being actually men, authentic, instead of being somebody they truly not, following the leader? I thought you're supposed to be a follower, being an actual man, the way you hold down your household, not putting your hands on a female, disrespect at the end of the day, but protect her mental health. It's a train of thought for me. What happened to the sisterhood at the end of the day, the brotherhood? And be the train of thought for me, not for likes and views of clout chasing. Protect your neighbor. Didn't matter your coach at the end of the day. What happened, neighbor, neighbor, neighbor? I'm far from a hater. Didn't matter where you was at in your healing journey. That energy is different when you look at your baby. Like, damn, they gotta go out into this cold world. You would want someone to take care of that. Mindset at the end of the day, not to mentally make them unstable. Hurt your child. Because they say what you learn at home first is what you come out in the world to be, right? But sometimes it's not the case. Because you got the good and the bad. The good and the bad in the household, and you got the good and the bad in the streets too. It's a train of thought for me. How folks abuse a situation when they least expect it. And talking about they trying to point certain folks in the right direction. But we misleading each other at the end of the day. With all this drama and hate, who would have knew? Finally, real men can stand up and choose themselves to understand and respect you.
No hesitate though. I may not make sense to the average person, but I wasn't
trying to. It's a train of thought for me. It's disgusting to see. The matter your tax bracket, how you had to create a hate train towards a Henderson person who truly knew how to be authentic. And they didn't even have to play mind games. You had to dibble and dabble to find out someone's past when they could have told you themselves and be train of thought for me. You was doing it for likes and views and fame. In the background, making sure someone's life would never be the same. You can't wait for them to crash out. You waiting for them to fall every single day, but the elevation is different. You got this doctor, that witch, that warlock, that karmic sending spirit to an innocent person to mess up their vision so that you can relate to with self-confidence that bother your mental health because someone understood their favor when it comes to God's reflection, when it comes to God's reflection, their faith. That energy is different. God didn't make a mistake. The devil damn sure was a lie. You try to test somebody, only the rest of hold on 1 second, someone still wasn't giving up that day. You try to rob somebody mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially, try to blackmail them to paint them out to be the villain in your story. All because nobody's going to believe this innocent person because you say you're going to take a whole community to wash this person up. Mentally, drain them. Make sure they emotionally available to make sure they get from point A to Z. When someone didn't have to get physical. You like the fact that someone knew how to be themselves. They was their biggest cheerleader. Who would have knew? That God wasn't overlooking that baby. Didn't matter their age that day. My conscience not for everybody. Far from a hater, neighbor. Always be yourself with no malicious intention. I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. It's not. Game stalking is real till it's your household and you're not doing it for likes and views or clout chasing. And I say that respectfully. How individuals in different tax brackets will sit there and say that they're going to humble you. But be so inspired but never will put respect on your name. Far from mad, that energy is different. How folks creativity gets taken from them. When someone actually meant well to the community at the end of the day, that was God's vision, something that you couldn't relate to, how to pursue. Because the way you doing it is so unbalanced. It's not how God gave that baby that vision that day. It be the train of thought for me. How God was protecting that baby from the devil. Because hold on 1 second, you truly became the enemy. You came knocking. God saw what you was doing. God was showing his child. Hold on 1 second. You fall from the fool. They said that you was emotionally unavailable, slow, stupid, and retarded. When you was never in competition with your neighbors. It's a train of thought for me. How they project the hate train towards you because you understood a reflection they couldn't relate to was gone with them. And then they took them out. They on their way to the bank with your creativity, but you fall from that. Because God truly shows you that true love can truly last. Something they lack at the end of it. Because if they actually love themselves, they would keep it real and have their own flow. Going with that. It's a train of thought for me. Didn't matter if he was an actor, rapper, tarot reader, doctor, somebody in customer service. It'd be the train of thought for me. Didn't matter if he was a teacher, if you was a healer. Being authentic is not a crime, and I say that respectfully. Something that certain folks can't get in tune with. Folks talking about they on the God's time at the end of the day, but hold on 1 second. You pouring into all the wrong cups, and I say that respectfully because God was never for sale when you should keep in the real. God was never competition, and I say that respectfully. When you said the innocent person was mentally ill. How folks pick and choose who could talk about spirituality. How folks pick and choose who could talk about God. And as soon as someone talks about God, at the end of the day, they want to discourage somebody, make sure they light is truly non-existent. Or because someone not talking about bad habits, it be the train of thought for me, let alone talking about drama, causing chaos and confusion, disturb their neighbors' peace, besides respecting somebody, even days when they can't see. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. Jealousy and envy and hate is real. When someone threatens your life that nobody's going to believe you, never give up on yourself, and I say that respectfully. And if you truly have peace with yourself, you wouldn't have time to hack somebody's devices. If you truly have peace with yourself, you wouldn't have time to have somebody shadow ban or create a hate train towards somebody or rob somebody mentally, physically, spiritually, or financially. And I say that respectfully. How God would truly show somebody at the end of the day who the devil and the enemy is. Didn't matter somebody's tag bracket. And I say that respectfully. When you said someone was mentally unstable, they wasn't intuitive or whatever the case may be. The disrespect was loud, but God was protecting that baby's crown. Because God fixed it when you didn't understand. Hold on 1 second, going within and actually understand unconditional love started with you. Looking at someone like competition, all because they was willing to trust themselves, to understand and step out on faith. Something that you can relate to was being your authentic self. I'm far from a hater. I'm not agent of respect. And my content is not for everyone. When someone says you don't have potential, never give up on yourself, and I say that respectfully. It doesn't matter somebody's tax bracket. Never give up on yourself when they're willing to try to humiliate you. They'll spell work at you, energy harvest off your energy, and can't put respect on your name after they gained at the end of the day. They gain some pennies off of you. More than pennies. But then they call you a bum.
No, it's a train of thought for me. We're not the same.
Because if you truly had the potential, it should be no reason why you energy harvesting up anybody's energy. Trying to. It's a train of thought for me. How this type of stuff actually happens every single day. My content is not for everyone, and that's okay. Everybody don't use their gifts the same. I know how to respect my neighbor. I don't destiny swipe with nobody. I don't energy harvest off nobody's energy. And I don't project spell towards my neighbor. And I don't gang stalk nobody or hack anybody's devices. But it's folks in the background trying to blackmail me to pay me out to be somebody I'm not. And one thing I would never continue to do is stop loving me or run from myself, and I say that respectfully. Because you want me to live in fear. You want me to be scared. I would never hurt myself, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself and no misintentions. You know, God was never for likes and views or cloud chasing or fame. When God sends the right people into your life, they see you, they hear you, they respect you. They hack their body weight, not their shoe size. And I say that respectfully. Don't look at you like competition. Don't got hate in their vein. They not a bully, and I say that respectfully. You know, to blackmail you against you, to get you locked up or put you in a sideboard. You know, they won't sit there and hack your devices. They don't have that mindset. You know, real recognize real neighbor. Hold on 1 second. I was more real than you at the end of the day because I knew how to be myself. Something that you couldn't relate to was going with it, being authentic. And this type of stuff happens. It's not the norm, neighbor, damn, where did you go wrong? Be yourself, fuck you, motherfucker. It's a train of thought for me. That's how you felt that day. I'm far from a crash out. Folks pick and choose who they can paint to be a crash out at the end of the day, all because someone's being authentic and they was never pretending. They can't wait to talk about you like a bad habit. It wasn't an excuse because God actually showed you unconditional love. That energy is different. I don't mean no disrespect to my elders, but hold on 1 second. I wasn't trying to hurt nobody. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. I'm not here to your love respect. And gang slogan is real. Doesn't matter about someone's tax bracket who's doing it in the background. How they would use this video right here and use snips of this video and blackmail me against me as if I disrespected somebody when I never did. You know, poetry is beautiful to go within. And when it comes to my creativity, I work alone. I always have regardless who's in the background trying to blackmail me against me. Folks try to cover stuff up, trying to hide their hands, trying to paint you out to be the villain of their story. But what they put you through at the end of the day, it wouldn't be pretended because they wouldn't even know if they coming or going. They wouldn't even know how to pour into themselves another day. They want you to be a crash out so bad. But they wouldn't be able to walk a day in your shoes. And I say that respectfully, being uncomfortable, that's what they wanted you to be mentally. My content is not for everyone. It's not. And loving yourself is not a crime. It's not. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. Don't zip your like label. Don't zip your like label. Far from a hater. Hold on 1 second. You matter your words, don't dim your light. You matter your words, don't dim your light. Yeah, they said you back and corny, but far from that. Being authentic. Hold on 1 second. Something they're not used to. Being themselves. So they had to mentally, physically, emotionally make you feel like you're supposed to abuse yourself. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. I'm far from a hater. Always be yourself. You know, folks will have you shadow banned. They would create a hate train, pay this person, pay that person. So folks won't engage within you, whatever the case may be. And then try to paint you out to be somebody you're truly not at the end of the day. And folks, even in the background, will threaten your life that nobody will ever believe you when you're telling the truth. Because they will have a whole community go up against you. All because someone did something to you. And you never had to run from who you was. Because at the end of the day, you show up for yourself. And you have to be a crash out. That ain't just different. You know, certain individuals that talk with their hands. It's certain individuals that talk with their eyebrows. It's certain individuals that talk with their eyes. It's certain individuals that have their own way of talking. But when you know how to respect your neighbor, you're not hurting yourself or others around you, the energy is different. You know, being mature is different. Doesn't matter what tax bracket you in, what job description you are, and I say that respectfully. It's not about being buddy or friends with somebody, especially when you don't know somebody. I just know how to respect my neighbor with no misintentions. We ain't the same. Hold on 1 second. They sitting there taking notes again.
You have to trade off of me. Put respect on your neighbor's name, god damn it.
It's not that hard. It's not. But when God reveals the devil on the enemy, we're on two different levels, and I say that respectfully. You ain't for me, and that's okay. I wasn't pretending. I just knew how to respect my neighbor, because I ain't have hate in my vein. We ain't the same. Peace and respect, some respect to neighbor, slug the boss. You many world, oh, dim your light, go you, neighbor, oh, dim your light, go you. You know, confidence looks good on you today. Where do I start? I'm about to wrap this video up. Today is currently July 24th. And it's currently now 29 minutes into the video with 2 likes. What's up, butterfly? The hate train was real. Yeah, they paid y'all to be mentally ill. Everybody's walk of life ain't the same, but you balance that smile home and the home on 1 second. God was keeping it real. You understood what you went through that day. Being discriminated against. They wanted to paint y'all to be a crash out, but never lose your vision. when it comes to your faith, that you matter and you're worthy. Don't get discouraged because someone tries to humiliate you. And I say that respectfully. I love myself not to dim my light. I love myself not to dim my light. I love myself not to dim my light. I'm far from a crash out neighbor, neighbor, neighbor. I'm far from a crash out neighbor, neighbor, neighbor. Nah, for real. Only time allows you to heal. The beauty started within. Didn't matter if you had big hair or not. Didn't matter if you had a baldy. Didn't matter. Bushy, big eyebrows, big nose, big ears, big lips. You are beautiful. They didn't understand how you communicate. They didn't want you to see a reflection when it came to your beauty. It started within you, only because you didn't reject you. Choosing yourself in situations that were so difficult. And especially when folks put you in predicaments at the end of the day to make you feel like, hold on 1 second, am I worthy of trusting me? Only to realize you wasn't trying to get lost in your words. Overcoming the season, they would never understand your words. You know, your vocabulary is different. How you healed trauma and pain, that wound was real. Folks don't want to spell it, but you right, the left. They project you to be mentally ill. You poured into the wrong cusp, but ask for God for guidance when it comes to your protecting when your mental health. Let alone your heart, who would have known that you found peace within to better yourself, only because you wasn't running from your reflection. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. The unconditional love is different. You are beautiful. That relationship, it didn't work. They try to get physical, emotionally unavailable. Who would have knew that someone truly overlooked you that day? You had all the character traits for someone to actually invest into. You know, when it comes to valuing your time and day, when you didn't have to get physical. Yeah, you had your good days, your bad days, your misunderstanding days. Who didn't? But you had good intentions when it came to having a heart for somebody, showing them that they pass and living a reality today, being on the same page, emotionally available. That ain't just different. If you fixing someone's crown only to rise the hold on 1 second, they didn't want to see you smile. They wanted to abuse you, disrespect you, humiliate you, make you feel like you wasn't worthy. But you overcame a storm when you least expected. Someone doing you wrong only to realize you didn't reject yourself because someone projected a mental case towards you. But you outgrew that mindset of not losing you. You know, because you had certain chapters where you used to run after somebody at the end of the day. But only because they don't live in your vocabulary when it comes to your future. Because someone's going to pour into you when you least expect it. Who would have knew true love wasn't supposed to be blindsided when it chose you? I'm not aging on respect that my content is not for everyone. And that's okay. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. Never give up on yourself when they said, you what, King, you cool and you want nobody. All right, neighbor, have a good day somewhere else, neighbor. No, and the trick of it, I never understood this bullshit. You know, it's entertainment somewhere else to actually watch or whatever the case may be. Don't hurt yourself, goddammit. No, for real, don't do that. You can watch somebody else somewhere else. Be entertained somewhere else. There's no reason to give someone an evil lie. There's no reason for you to sit here and send spell work towards somebody and then you gotta tell all these lies. Waiting to see if your spell work is actually working. Every train of thought from you, how folks be actually communicating with other folks to create a hate train, or because they trying to discourage somebody when it come to their face and they come relate to what's going within to understand their own pain. You talking about you so in love with yourself, but hold on 1 second. You look at someone in competition, you trying to project a mindset of them having not to have self-awareness. Then you're in the background saying that you want someone to get their life together, but you in the background throwing spell towards them when it comes to their finances, spiritually, physically, emotionally, so they won't be unstable. So make it make sense at the end of the day, ma'am, sir. Do you want them to get themselves together, or do you not want them to get themselves together?
Cause you ain't making no sense. It sounds stupid as fuck if you ask me. I gotta go.
Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. You are beautiful, you are handsome, you matter, you're worthy. I'm Nigel, and I'm respecting today's currently July 24th, 2025, and my content is not for everyone. And I say that respectfully, it's not. And loving yourself is not a crime. When the right people walk into your life, they see you, they hear you, they respect you with no malicious intentions. It's not competition. The elevation hits different. It matters if you came from poverty and pain or not. Always be yourself. When it comes to my creativity, I work alone. I always have, regardless of who's trying to blackmail me against me, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself. I'm not using respect, and I'm far from a hater. And I don't run through my van. It's not respect my neighbor. They don't know what they own storm.
Peace and respect, your neighbor. Stop the bunch. You many word on them. You like go, you neighbor, on them. You like.
Have a safe year, day, evening, week, weekend. You matter, worthy. Protect your energy, protect your family. Stop the violence. Stay out of trouble. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everyone. It's not. Any negative energy when it comes to the evil lie, return back to something. I say that respectfully. I'm far from a hater. It's a train of thought for me. When someone threatens your life that nobody's going to ever believe you, never give up on yourself when I say that respectfully. Regardless of any background trying to make you homeless, rob you mentally, physically, spiritually, or financially, at the end of the day, you matter and you are worthy. And I say that respectfully. Protect your heart. Protect your mental health. Don't let nobody at the end of the day discourage you or make you feel like you don't have the potential of becoming your best self version of yourself, even when they project a hate train or a jealousy towards you, and it's never for likes and views or cloud chasing. Respect's a two-way street, regardless if you know your neighbor or not. It didn't matter if someone's tax bracket. It's disgusting to see how if someone's is the same culture as you or not, how folks have this jealousy and hate envy mindset at the end of the day. I'm far from my head. I never lived in my vein. I know how to congratulate somebody even when I couldn't see, even when I found balance, even when I'm recognizing my worth every single day. The energy is different. We ain't the same.
Always be yourself with no molestation. Just don't tell your light, neighbor. Don't tell me your light. I gotta go.
I'm Naya, genuine, a lot of respect. To the genuine ones, just because someone gave up on you over during your journey or said you didn't have potential, never give up on yourself when I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. It's not. And loving yourself is not a crime. I never signed up for nobody's one-sided ass contract, and I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. God sees everything. And I'm far from a hater. It's funny and disgusting. No, it's not funny at all. It's disgusting to see that folks is even older than me that went against me, and I ain't have to do nothing besides be myself. You listen to he say, she say. You even get to know me. It's train of thought for me. You wouldn't want someone to do that to you.
Have a good day.